have a new segment I'm doing here on the podcast. You guys are actually my first time doing this. It's called Between Two Hops. It's a little questionnaire I've come up with, kind of like
that could be good and it could be bad.
It could be either or. It's the first time I'm doing it, and we're going to find out. It was inspired by Inside the Actor Studio, the questionnaire at the end of Inside the Actor Studio. So some of those questions are going to be the same. Some of them are going to be the different.
My favorite word.
I was waiting for an answer here. First question, and feel free, any of you guys, if you want to answer. What is your favorite style of beer to drink and to brew, and why?
My favorite style is a classic IPA, very resiny, piney, heavy on you. Just when I think IPA, I think classical, resiny, dank, palate wrecker.
Right.
Not only my favorite to drink, but the amount of hops that go into brewing it is obscene sometimes, which I love, and that would certainly be my favorite.
Actually, I'm a Pilsner guy.
Okay.
I'm pretty clean.
Nice.
I like that crisp, clean style.
Yeah.
It's a simple go-to for me. You know, if I love beer, and that I don't expect any more than a nice, quaffable drink.
Nice.
As far as something to make, against my better judgment, I lean with Mark, man. I love making the IPAs.
You can reserve the right to change your mind.
Just because of the amount of hops and the amount of things that we throw into them, it just makes it fun.
It's just an experiment. Yeah. On the opposite end of the spectrum, least favorite style to brew or to drink?
I don't know if I should really go on record as saying this, but I don't care for the spiced ales.
Okay. There's if we all like the same kind of beer, there'd be only one kind of beer.
Exactly.
So you know what I mean? Everybody's got a different taste. There's going to be a different style for
and that's that whole thing. I mean, we do what we do. We make ours. Is it my go-to? No.
Yeah.
Very similar. My least favorite would be a pumpkin beer, which is why we don't make one.
Gotcha.
Period. Nor do we plan on it.
Done. All right, moving on. Outside of the profession that you have here as a brewer and your own jobs, what is a profession you would like to attempt?
Musician, man. Musician. I'm a bass player, so that's what I'd love to do.
Slapping the bass, man.
That's right.
I have an affinity for social environments. So, being at bars, running bars, working in large environments like that, interacting with people, customer services, almost all of my 9-to-5 and my, weekend jobs.
Yeah.
So just thriving in that environment is where I live. And
going to the other end again, what would you not like to do?
No, I wouldn't be a musician because I don't know how to play anything.
I guess the least enjoyment for me would be IT.
Ooh, yeah, I get that.
I don't get it. I just want to push one button and have it work.
Yeah, right. What hurdles did you personally face opening up, and how did you overcome them?
I guess yeah, exactly. To make a long answer short, paperwork.
Yeah,
hurdles.
I could only imagine
dealing with the states and that's.
This is some fun stuff now. What is the most interesting trend you've seen in 2018 with beer?
For me, a lot of infusions, which I love to see, but then they just go over the top.
Right.
And, everything these days is just over the top. And I think that's why people enjoy our beer. We don't. We stay right in standard alcohol limits, not too over the top. Flavor profiles are right there. Mm-hmm. Just everything is just so too much. And it's nice to dial that back, just to have something enjoyable.
Absolutely.
So for me, I don't see that going away, though, either.
Right.
It's just going to get bigger and bigger. And
I guess my thing is it's that whole New England IPA, man. The NEPAs. It's maybe I'm biased or judgmental or whatever, but if you're not from that area, how can you make something that is of quality from that area? Right. I mean, it just it's like our ESB. I mean, we make what we make, but I'm not claiming that we make anything that's remotely close to what they make in England, because I've never been there.
Yeah.
and I drink some of these things like Hetty Topper and some of the other ones that are from that area, and it's like, this is amazing.
Right.
And then I drink some that are from around here or from other places, and it's like, yeah, I don't know why you call it this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. And what is one piece of practical advice you would give to someone starting out, starting their own brewery?
Don't.
It's overcrowded.
No, it's not even that.
No,
it's just that, I guess, to be on a serious side, it's far more work than you would ever realize.
Right.
You get delusions of grandeur, and you're like, I want to own my own brewery, and I want to do this, and I can make beer, and people enjoy it, and this is going to be great. And then all of a sudden you get into it, and you're like, there's what? There's paperwork?
Yeah.
I got to deal with who? For what? For why? What? Can I just open the doors and sell beer? No.
Yeah.
Doesn't work that way.
Howard's got something.
The sales and marketing guy is going to chime on this one. If you're looking to start a business, especially as a brewing company, or really any business, but we'll keep it in brewing. If you want to start a business and this is your goal, and you want to try to support yourself or your family and actually make money, marketing has to be a forethought,
Right.
not an afterthought. And by virtue of what I do for a living, I'm in the printing business, and sure, anybody can print anything, but I always try to help my customers market and build their brands. And for a lot of companies, whether they're one person or 30 people, they just don't think about marketing. Mm-hmm. And marketing encompasses so many different things. The names of the products that you're making or the beers that you're brewing, the name of your company. Mm-hmm. What does your company look like? What does your logo look like? When someone walks into your establishment and someone greets that person coming in, what are they saying and how are they saying what they're saying? That still goes back to marketing. So you got to think about all that stuff. You can't just open the doors and go, okay, where is everybody? It doesn't work that way. So marketing has to be a forethought and not an afterthought.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. If you could send a message to yourself 10 years ago, what would you tell the younger you? Yeah, we're getting deep on these ones. We're going to get deep.
Start brewing sooner.
Get going a little bit faster.
And find a brewery to work for sooner so you can learn the ins and outs and not have to make all the mistakes that
under your own name
I've made along the way.
There you go.
However, those mistakes help us learn, right?
Yeah, there you go.
If I went back 10 years from now and was able to talk to myself, I'd say start making New England IPAs.
Sales and marketing guy is going to chime in again. If you're doing any sort of graphic work, date your files. When Aaron and I first started this company, I've actually got files on my laptop that have July 2007.
Oh, wow.
And when I look at those files, my advice to myself would be come up with some better graphics.
Right.
But that's part of the learning process.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just keep going and
going.
going.
Learn from your mistakes.
But yeah, date your files.
There you go. And
yeah, I was just going to say that's key because there's times I've asked him for things and he'll send me something. This was actually years ago, but he'd send me something and I look at it and be like, dude, is that the right one? And he's like, I don't know. This is what I have for the. I'm like, no, we worked up some other stuff.
Yeah, remember we did this thing? And the last question, gentlemen, what or who has been the biggest influence on your brewing career?
I can say for me, it was definitely my father. Got me involved at an early age. Mm-hmm. I think I was only 18, 19. Couldn't buy beer, but could buy ingredients. So that helps. Yeah. But, just the whole idea of, relax, have a homebrew. The old Charlie quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enjoy what you're doing, love what you're doing. And if you want to take it further than that, great. But never lose sight of that base of love and enjoy what it is that you're doing here. You're being an artisan, you're creating something. I'm not an artist, I'm not a musician. This was a great outlet for me to be able to be hands-on and physical and be able to create something that not only I enjoyed, but other people enjoyed.
Right.
So that was mine, for sure.
Yeah, I think as far as the brewing goes, it'd have to be Jerome Wolliver.
Okay.
From Black Box Brewing.
Nice.
He had a home brew shop. And after I got my home brew kit, I went in there. and started picking his brain. I want to do more things. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to, all these other stuff. And over the years, we became close and friends, and he gave me so much advice that it was, to this day, I still think of a lot of that stuff. And Mark and I will talk about something, and I'm like, I remember talking to Jerome, and he said, watch out for this, or do this, or do that. And we'll do things and be like, son of a bitch, he was right.
Yeah.
And it's just, for him, yeah, it definitely, when it comes to brewing.
Howard?
I'm going to say, from a marketing standpoint, one of the first guys I really gravitated towards was Sam Caglione from Dogfish. Remember when he had that I can't remember the name of his book, but that TV show, Brewing Up a Business. And you can watch these things on YouTube. And he's such a likable guy that if you're not a fan, if you're a fan of craft beer and you're not a fan of Dogfish Head, or at least Sam, you're not human, because he's just the coolest guy.
Yeah.
From the way he brews, from his ideas, from the way he treats his employees, to his ideas, and just the way he's willing to experiment.
Yeah.
And then from a branding standpoint, Fatheads. I mean, they make some great beer, but what's pushing them over the edge and really building their brand is the marketing that they do.
Right.
The Fathead guy,
yeah,
genius.
Absolutely.
You can make him look like Santa Claus. You can make him look like a leprechaun. You could make him look like a scarecrow. I mean, that's genius marketing, and that's one of the reasons that, again, going back to marketing, if you want to be successful in this business, it's got to be a forethought.
Lock it down.
And the marketing, look what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for agreeing to have me out here and feature you guys on the show.